Now, I'm really excited to be speaking to you today about data and storytelling because I know that everybody here at the conference is already aware of how important data is to understanding your performance and optimizing your marketing. But what I want to talk about specifically is why data is actually an important part of how we craft stories that are memorable to your audience, that drive engagement within your social and content channels, and therefore drive results for your organization. I want to start with a story. A couple of years ago, a group of scientists decided that they wanted to understand the impact of data on decision making. And so they split their subjects in half, and half the participants received an article that told them a little bit about a new pharmaceutical drug. And the other half received an article with charts that described that same pharmaceutical drug. Now, when the scientists asked the audience how much they thought that the drug was effective, the differences were huge. 97% of those who saw the text and the graph believed that the drug worked, compared with only 68% of the people who saw the text only. And what is so interesting is that the people who actually saw a graph with a text didn't even seem to notice that the graph added zero information. It was a completely dummy graph. It was simply there to demonstrate the impact of having that kind of data available within the context of this persuasive argument. Now, why does data work? Data infuses our content with credibility. It makes the information that we're sharing seem like it is based on specificity. It makes it relatable because it makes the information that we share seem like it is in a broader context. It makes it concrete, it makes it specific, and it makes it memorable. In behavioral science, we often talk about this idea of heuristics. The fact is that all of us are so overwhelmed by the number of decisions that we have to make day to day and the information that we process that we have to use what are shortcuts, heuristics. In fact, in the year 2021, every minute has seen over 200 million tweets sent out, over 310 million emails sent out. So when you think about how overwhelmed your audience is and how much your content and social media has to overcome, it is so much. So why we infuse our content with data is to help it stick in the minds of our audience. In fact, I want you to think about your own experiences. I bet you that in your own life, at some point, you have quoted a piece of data to somebody, and you probably didn't even remember exactly where you read it, but you remembered the statistic, the data point, the information that you shared with somebody else, right? If that's an experience that you've had, you understand what is the power of making sure that we are identifying the right pieces of data to share with our audience, both within our social media channels as well as our broader content marketing channels, because it creates that stickiness. It makes the information more highly relevant, more believable, and therefore more likely to convert and impact our performance.